Welcome, welcome, everybody. All right, welcome, welcome, everybody. We're getting to the top of the hour, and we will get started right on time here. So welcome, welcome. Go ahead and make sure that we get everybody's lines muted. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yeah, ma. Jaga duit, ma. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get going here. Was trying to wait on a couple of my other co-hosts, but I only see one here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started though. Everybody, our time is now. So let's get rocking and rolling. This is our lunchtime presentation. Thank all of you for jumping on at the appointed hour. We appreciate each and every one of you. Let me get my screen up so we can get rocking and rolling in the presentation. I want to welcome each and every one of you guys for coming on today. We're super excited about what you're going to hear today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about investing our way to wealth. I'm going to get our recording going here in a second. Let's get rocking and rolling. All right. All right. Welcome, everyone. We have still people coming in here. So we are going to let those people in, and we are off and running. Here we go. Welcome, everyone, to our lunchtime presentation. We're super excited that you are joining us here today. We are going to be talking about investing your way to wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be sharing with you a simple, proven, hands-free system that will help you get started investing right away. So I'm sorry, I see somebody was trying to write to me in the chat. Unfortunately, I cannot read the chat and go ahead and present for you. And I want to make sure that I'm presenting for you here today. So welcome, everyone. Let me take care of a little housekeeping here. The information you're going to hear in this session today is for educational purposes only. It is not investment nor financial advice. The passive income industry is risky, and you should only invest the amount you can afford to lose or comfortably live with. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We're going to be talking about some incredible results right now, but we want you to know that all of our webinars, videos, emails, and social media posts are only our opinion of the program that is working for us. Please do your own due diligence and research before investing or parting ways with your hard-earned money. Remember, our number one rule is to get you into profit as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, that's based on your own risk tolerance and goals. Guys, we want you to start playing with something called house money as quickly as possible. Let me do this. They're coming in fast and furious. Let me see if I can get me another co-host here so that we can help Sheila out. Debbie, I'm going to make you a co-host if you don't mind, because they're coming in a lot faster than I think that she can handle, one person can handle. All right, guys, so let's get rocking and rolling. Let's talk about investing. You know, Robert Kiyosaki talks about getting yourself from the left side of the quadrant, which is an employee mindset, to getting yourself over to the right side of the quadrant, which is business ownership and investing, becoming an investor. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a quick question. Have you ever thought about investing, then found yourself saying one of the following statements, and it kind of discouraged you from even getting started? Have you ever said, I don't have enough money to invest, so why even start? Or have you ever said, I've been burnt by one of those investing programs in the past, and I'm afraid to try again? Or maybe, I don't know where to get the type of returns or earnings that would turn my finances around, so why even bother? Or have you said, I'm afraid to lose money? We absolutely understand that. But have you ever said, it probably would cost me a lot of time or money to learn how to make the amount of money I need, and I just don't have enough time or money? Ladies and gentlemen, if you've said any of these things that have limited you in the past from getting started investing in yourself, we have you covered, because we're going to share with you something that is going to take these limiting beliefs and just obliterate them, ladies and gentlemen. Because what if I told you it would only take you 15 minutes to get set up? This is if you wanted to start investing. And what if I told you that you could get started with as little as $200? And what if I told you that you could actually hire a trading robot that would trade for you 5 days out of the week with no involvement from you? Let me repeat that. A trading robot that would trade for you 5 days out of the week with no involvement from you, thus freeing up your time, ladies and gentlemen. We call this robot a genius. Your genius bot will pick your winning trades for you. It's currently picking trades at around 97% accuracy, and it's averaging between 5 to 7% return a week. Ladies and gentlemen, that would eliminate you having to sit in front of a computer and learn all these difficult trading strategies and looking at charts and trend lines and candlesticks. Ladies and gentlemen, your bot is so smart. It's hands-free trading. You would literally only need to log in 1 day a week, and that's on Saturdays, to either collect your money or reinvest / compound your earnings. Ladies and gentlemen, this simple process takes less than 30 seconds. Now, have I got your attention? Ladies and gentlemen, this is so simple. The system that we're talking about this project has 3 actual trading robots, and it's combined AI technology with trading. How many of you guys know that AI technology is here, ladies and gentlemen? You're hearing about self-driving cars. You go into Walmart, there's more self-checkout lines than regular checkout lines, right? That's AI technology at its best. Guys, you probably use some AI technology today. You probably said, hey, Siri, tell me something. Hey, Google, tell me where's the next gas station? Where's this? You may have done that even today, ladies and gentlemen. That's AI technology. And this particular project has combined AI technology with trading. And I want to take you back to December, because that's usually the month that most traders say is the most volatile. They just can't do it. They throw their hands up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a look at this genius robot. These are actual verified returns from December. I want you to look at the very first week of December, 7.26% return. The second week, 8.56% return. 8% the next week. And yes, the last week of December, we're talking about 7.52% return per week, ladies and gentlemen. That's over Christmas and New Year's Eve. Yes, the bot does not care about holidays, taking extra days off for holidays. It is so smart. That's why we call it a genius. Now you might say, well, gosh, that does look like some good returns, but what am I comparing it to? I want you to compare it to what is your bank paying you right now. Most of us are getting only 1 or 2% return interest. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so phenomenal. If you take these type of returns, these phenomenal returns that we're talking about, and you couple it with something that we call the secret, Ladies and gentlemen, you're ready to explode your finances. And you might say, well, what is the secret, Mar? The secret to creating wealth is something called compound interest or compound earnings. How many of you guys have heard the story of the penny doubled daily for 30 days? Right? Day 1 is 1 cent. Day 2 is 2 cents. Day 3, we're talking 4 cents. Then 4 cents to 8 cents, then 16 cents. But by the end of 30 days, you're talking about over $5 million. That's compounding. Or maybe you guys have heard the story of the gentleman that worked for UPS for 20 or 30 years. He never made more than $11,000. Now lean in, guys. I want you to hear this. He worked there for 20 to 30 years, never made more than $11,000 a year. Yet when he passed away, he left several charities millions of dollars. Now you might say, well, gosh, how did he do that? I make more than $11,000 a year and I'm barely leaving my kids anything. Guys, that's the power of compound interest and compound earnings. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a quick exercise together so you can see how powerful compounding is. Again, this is educational purposes only today. We want you to be educated on how the power of compounding. So I'm going to go out to a compound interest calculator here, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to take a look at what happens when we compound. And let me get one out here. Hold 1 second. If we can mute that, that'd be awesome. Co-host. All right, guys, we're going to go out here and we are going to go to a compound interest calculator. And this calculator, you can take any calculator you want. We'll take this one here. We're going to go with this one. And I want you guys to watch and see how powerful compounding is. This is a Forex compounding calculator. Why use a calculator? Because calculators never lie. 1 + 1 always equals 2. 2 × 2 always equals 4 in any calculator. We're going to go and look at compounding and see how this works. If you guys will get that, mute that for me, please. That'd be awesome. All right. So what we're going to do, let's say you said, you're right, Marshonda. I want to move from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant. I want to become an investor. And let's say that we want to be very conservative. I know many of you guys have much more than this, but we're going to say you pull together $500 and you decide that you want to invest. And let's go ahead and put down some percentages. I know you guys wrote down the percentages that this actual trading robot is doing, but I want to be even more conservative than that. I just want to show you guys the power of compounding. I'm going to go with 4.5%. Our trading robot compounds weekly. And I'm going to put 3 years in here. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to look at 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. And then again, we're going to look at the end at 36 months. Okay, so we compound weekly. And let's say you wanted to accelerate this. You're going to say you're going to throw in an extra $250 a month to accelerate your compounding. We're going to go ahead and compound, ladies and gentlemen, and watch this. It's over $1.6 million in 36 months. And you started with $500. So now you'll be able to see how that gentleman was able to leave millions of dollars behind over 20 to 30 years, right? We're talking about 36 months. So let's go down here and check it out so that I can break it down a little bit for you. This particular calculator breaks everything, your earnings by month. So this is your earnings per month here in the second column or third column. And this here is your principal balance. At the beginning, you might say, well, gosh, $105 for the month is not much. $179, that's not much. But what I want you to do is put your head down and let's check in 6 months. 6 months into the project, you now have $671 coming in for the month. And if you look over here at your principal balance, you have $4,000. I call your principal balance your goose, which lays golden eggs. This is your eggs. So this is your goose. You might say, well, gosh, $4,000. I like that. Let's just keep compounding. Now you could take that money out, but you might say, let's keep compounding. I'm starting to like this. I have something with some commas in it. Let's check in 6 more months. 6 more months, ladies and gentlemen, is 12 months into the project. You now have $2,600 coming into you for the month. And look over here at your principal balance. It's over $15,000. You might say, well, gosh, this $2,600, I can pay my mortgage, I can pay my property taxes, or I can say, let's keep compounding. And we'll go down and we'll keep compounding. And let's say that at this point, you say, let's compound for 12 more months. 12 more months, ladies and gentlemen, is 24 months into the project. You now have $28,000 coming in. Now, I want to let you guys know, I always believe in a couple principles. If I didn't say this, principle number one is never invest more than you can afford to lose or comfortably live with. Rule number two is when in profit, take some profit. So I would always tell you, when you get down to this amount, 28,000 for the month, I would tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, remember rule number two, when in profit, take profit. So I would tell you to go ahead and take out this entire $28,000 and go invest that on a rental property or a duplex or something, some asset that's going to bring you money. And guess what? When you take out that $28,000, ladies and gentlemen, you still have $134,000 out there working for you, that the following month will spit you back out $28,000, because compounding compounds on top of itself. And let's say that you said, okay, great. You took out the 28,000 and now you're just rolling and you're continuing to compound, next month, 34, next month, 41,000, 50,000, 60,000. And then you get down here to the end, and instead of having 36 months, you're going to need an additional month, 37 months, because you took out 1 month of earnings, and you're going to get to that $1.6 million. This is the power of compounding. Now you can see why that gentleman, if compounding for 20 to 30 years, had millions of dollars to leave behind. Now, here's what happens to us. I want to go ahead and give you a warning. What happens to us sometimes is that when we get down here and we have like $50,000, we might say, oh, $50,000. I heard about that new Escalade coming out, or that new BMW or Mercedes. I'm going to go and get that. I'm going to pay cash for it. If you pay cash for that and spend your entire goose or cut off the head of your goose, all your principal, it will never spit you any more eggs, ladies and gentlemen. Too many times we spend our principal and wonder why we have nothing to show for it. See, the wealthy people, they do what what your grandmother probably told you, live within your means. And investing, that means only mess with the earnings, not your principal. So if you want something, take it out of your earnings. It's quite all right. It's quite all right to take it out of your earnings. Now, what we're going to share with you today, coupling this idea of compounding with the project that we have, is your money. You can do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. You can spend that if you want, but we're trying to teach the principle of wealth here, of creating wealth, having our money work for us. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I'm just going to put another little example here. Let's say you wanted to get started investing. Instead of 500, you want to put 5,000 and never put another penny in, but you just wanted to go ahead and keep compounding it every month for 36 months. Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about over $4.7 million. That's in 36 months. Now you guys can understand how that gentleman was able to leave millions of dollars behind. Now, have I got you guys' attention? If yes, I'm going to go back to now I'm going to go back to the project that we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to share that with you. Again, we could say the secret to creating wealth, even for the average folks, is compound earnings. The reason we jazzed and excited about combining compounding with this project is this project is very, very special. See, there's no recruiting required to get paid in this project, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a low startup investment. You get started for as little as $200. There's no monthly fees and there's no auto ship whatsoever. You have your money making money for you up to 45% per month. And there's more emphasis on investing than recruiting. You have total transparency. You get to actually see the trades that your artificial intelligent bot is doing on your behalf. Now, I don't know about you, but I know in the past, I've turned my money over to brokers and I didn't know if they were really trading for me. I turned it over to other platforms who said they were trading, or platforms that said they were going to flip your money and stuff. But I never knew if those people were really doing what they said they were going to do. Here in this project, there's no guesswork. Ladies and gentlemen, you get to see the actual trades that the bot is doing on your behalf. Total transparency. And we're going to go live here later, and you'll get to see that in full force. There's a simple button to either withdraw your earnings or reinvest your earnings. Absolutely love that. And there's a 97% win rate on our trades. Actually, we're batting at 100% right now, which is absolutely phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, you pretty much get to set this thing up and forget about it until Saturday, when you have total control to either withdraw your earnings or reinvest them. You don't have to sit in front of your computer learning all these difficult trading strategies. Your AI bot trades on your behalf. This is excellent for novice or seasoned investors alike. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard so far, get ready to sit on the edge of your seat, because I'm going to go into some of the details, but I'm going to go ahead and turn off our live streaming here.